friends, Laura A. Grace here, the author of Dear Author, Letters from a Bookish Fangirl, and I'm so excited to be bringing you a video of 3 reasons why I totally think you should check out today's book. It's a little bit different read, but it is so awesome, so needed just right now with all the things happening in the world right now. It is a book that readers need. That said book is This Poem is a Weapon by Bethany A. Jennings. Look at the cover. It's just so pretty. I love it. Everything about this is awesome and epic and powerful and a reminder to, I was about to say what it is, but it's one of my reasons, so I'm going to wait to say what that is. This book, guys, it is a collection of poems by Bethany. Phenomenal. I was a little hesitant how I would feel about reading her book, not because I thought it would be bad. I knew it would be amazing. I read her Severed Veil and it was so incredibly good. I loved the poems, which was really funny because I just didn't know that I liked poetry until I started reading Bethany's work. This one was no exception in how deep and powerful these poems were. Kicking it off with my first reason. If you have felt alone during this time, guys, Bethany's poems remind that we are not alone, that not only her, but hundreds, millions, thousands of other people are in the trenches with us. She just goes down so deep. There is a poem called, I think you can see it, called Line of Duty. It was one of my favorites. And guys, there were a lot of favorites. I actually took pictures of different poems, sometimes the whole thing, just because I did not want to forget because it resonated so deeply with my heart. I forgot to ask if I could have permission to read this, so I'm not going to read all of it, but I'm just going to read a few of the clippets that just really hit me and resonated with me. And I'm tired, so tired, and the pain is so unbearable. But my bones know and my heart knows there's a city I must charge for, a bullet-ridden road lined with dead that I must travel, a truth, a tender beauty I defend, at all cost, against all enemies. So I'm climbing up, I'm taking on my shield, throwing down my cloak, lifting up my blade, and fighting on. If I could sum up this book, I would sum it up with that. Yes. So you're not alone. Keep fighting. You're not the only one in the trenches, just of emotions, mental, anything and everything. You are not alone. This book resonates that. Not only does it resonate of people not being alone, but that there is hope. And that is my second reason, is that this story has so much hope in it, or this book has so much hope in it, so much hope. It just bleeds into the ink, into the pages, and blooming forth that, like, hey, no matter how hard things are right now, no matter how deep our trench is and we feel alone, there is hope. There is a light at the end of that tunnel. And there's numerous poems that capture just the depth of that trench is, how hard it is, to how beautiful that hope is when we can come out of that trench and feel the sunshine on our faces and hold hands with the people who've been fighting with us, beside us, and around us. Awesome. So very awesome. And tying all of that in, for my third reason, is that these poems go deep. I mean, they just take off all of those layers that we might be able to portray on social media where we sort of hide our anxiety or hide our pain or hide whatever it may be, whether good or bad. No, these poems just beautifully, I think, rip off those layers and reveal all of it. It goes back to my first reason, that we're not alone. And I just felt it was so personally needed for me to see, like, one of the poems was called Circus, and it talks about just how hard things is, you know. Let me just go to it. Let me go to it instead of trying to sum it up. So again, I didn't ask for permission, so I'm just going to read a really small little part of the poem. I wanted heroes, so I made them. But turns out they're only shadows, mirror games, illusions. And when I actually catch a glimpse of a real reflection, it's only me, only this bruised and broken thing, alone. No heroes, nobody but my maker. After all this, alone. And it goes into like a really hopeful, epic ending that I absolutely loved. It was so beautiful, guys. But I felt like that just is so many people right now, especially including myself, that sometimes we rip those off and we just feel alone and so battle-ridden that how could anything good come from what's happening in the world right now? But there is. These poems remind me to keep hoping, to keep pouring out love and joy in other people's lives and just in general in my own life. There's another poem This one might be my favorite poem. It is so hard to say. There's just so many good ones. Right here, you ready? But some places in you world are just holes, it seems like, and I pour love in, and it goes down, down, down. But I can't help but keep pouring because nothing is bottomless. Surely nothing is bottomless. At least that's what I tell myself. Somewhere deep in the bottom, holes are sealing up, the dark is growing shallow, the emptiness is filling. I tell myself this as I pour another jugful, another teaspoonful, another drip. One of my favorite lines, like, oh my goodness, like that just hits me so much as a person. If you just need a reminder that people are feeling what you're feeling, these poems do it, man. Like I said, they rip off those layers and get to the deep heart of our issues, of our mentalness, of our emotions, all of it. But it is not hopeless. This book changed me, guys. It made me stop and think and look, and not just look at myself and look at the matters of my own heart, but look at the world and see, what can I do to be there for somebody? What can I do to be transparent and show the love of God? Show that they're not alone, that we're in these trenches together and we're gonna get through this because God is awesome. He's a good God. There's hope. There's hope. We can keep pouring because surely nothing is bottomless. Thank you so much for watching this video. Totally let me know, have you read This Poem is a Weapon? Have you read Severed Veil? Both of these I highly recommend, even if you're like, poetry is just not my thing. Please take a chance on it. It is so awesome and so good, and again, I highly recommend it. Thanks for watching. Bye!